Hello everyone. Welcome to week 4 of my 12 weeks of Christmas. Pretty sure we're on week 4. I'm just counting the days on we're week 4. Yes, we are the 4th week in October. I started October 1st. So thank you so much for joining me for my live. And I am hoping I am in the correct group. I'm not. There I am. I'm trying to pull myself up on them. Sorry guys, hold on, there we go. Okay, I think we're good. Hello everyone. Okay, before we jump into our project, it is a cute project. It's a simple project, but sometimes those are the best ones. So we are making this adorable little tissue holder, so it has those little pocket tissues. Now, I found a giant package at Costco. The dollar store usually has some Christmas themed ones, so I'm hoping that they'll have some Christmas themed ones, and then I can make a bunch of these with little Christmas themed tissue packets, which I think is really cute especially for those colder months. We all need a little help, right? Any help we can get. If you want, let's just jump into the news real quick, and then we'll jump into the project. If you want November's Paper Pumpkin, the subscription period is now open. We only have like a week left of October, guys. I cannot believe it. It is going so fast. My husband and I were actually talking today about what we're going to do for Thanksgiving. So, it's all coming so fast, you guys. But if you want November's Paper Pumpkin kit, make sure you subscribe now. It's going to be 8 boxes. If you don't want to make 8 boxes, though, there is an add-on kit where you can get 20 card bases and envelopes. You can purchase that in my online store if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, but make sure you subscribe. It's a great time to subscribe. It is also a great time to join. We are nearing the end of this promotion. This is Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary, and they are offering an amazing join promotion where you can either choose 35% off the cost of your starter kit or 35% more product with your starter kit. So I've talked about this quite a lot, but if you are interested, the 35% off, you're only going to pay $64.35. You get to choose $125 in product. If you want 35% more in product, you pay $99 and you get to choose $168.75 in product. So both of these come with free shipping. Both of them come with free registration to Stampin' Up's On Stage virtual event in November. And when you register for On Stage, which you'll automatically be registered when you join, when you register, you also get to pre-order a brand new suite of products coming in our January mini catalog. So many perks. You're also going to get to see new products early. We have the new celebration and mini catalog coming out in January, like I mentioned, and demonstrators will get to pre-order that early. So you can see those new products early. You can get a discount. It is a great time to join, but that promotion is only good through the end of October. So you only have about a week left of that. We have some online exclusives launching November 6th, and you can also put these in your starter kit if you want to add these in your starter kit. You absolutely can. I shared this Fluffiest Friends bundle in my Facebook Live on Wednesday. It is so adorable. I've been using it a ton. I have a team event in November that I'm using it for, so I cannot wait. If you are shopping, please head to my online store. Use this host code. This is my October host code. So this is good through October 31st, and November 1st I will have a brand new one. Orders over $50 will receive a make and take kit that coordinates with the PDF that everybody gets. Orders of any size get the PDF, but if your order is over $50, you're going to get that make and take kit. If your order is over $150, don't use that host code because you're going to get those hostess benefits. And if you're on Facebook, please share this with your crafty friends. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and I'm actually really close to hitting 2,000 subscribers. So if we could get there by the end of the month, I might do a giveaway. I might give away a prize or something. So tell your friends to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I went live on YouTube yesterday to share my Paper Pumpkin. I wanted to test out YouTube Live since Facebook is still being a little bit, we won't talk about them. I don't want to end up in Facebook jail. Okay. So this is the project. We're making this little tissue holder. And like I said, the Dollar Tree usually has some Christmas themed tissue packets like this, those little individual packages. So that's what we're making. So we have this little adorable little project. There's lots of coloring, but I did want to share with you guys. Let me see, where did I put it? Here it is. I did want to share with you guys. I found this at Costco a couple days ago. Look at this, like a mega pack. So this is a lint North Pole Friends assorted chocolates, but there are like, there's snowmans in there, there's Santas in there, there's little bears in there, there's little truffles in there. So I snagged this. This was, it was pretty affordable for as much chocolate as you get. So I can't wait. I'm going to be making tons of Christmas treats with this for, not only for the 12 weeks of Christmas, but for my Facebook Lives on Wednesday. So we're heading into the Christmas season. I'm jumping all over the Christmas projects. And so if you see those at that in your Costco, make sure you grab those. Sometimes the Lindt sells those little individual ones separately. So you'll probably be able to find them in stores once they start putting out their Christmas stuff, which I hope is soon. I looked today in my Walmart when I was there, and they still did not have any Christmas candies or anything. So it's still all Halloween, so we have another week, and then maybe the Christmas stuff will start to go out. But anyway, let's get to today's project. Week 4, this is what we're making. But if you happen to be at Costco and you see those, grab them. Okay, so we are using the Festive and Fun stamp set in the mini catalog. This is so adorable. It's got little critters. I just love it. And then for my greeting, I pulled in this one from throughout the year. This one does have some pretty cute greetings. This one I felt was just a little bit small, and then these just didn't fit my project the way I wanted it to, so I grabbed this one. Both are in the mini catalog. Both are fantastic. Okay, let's start with our little holder. This one could not be easier, guys. Let me grab my Simply Scored. Okay, you're going to need a piece of cardstock. I'm using Old Olive. That is, oh, I covered up my measurements. That is 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. Now you could do this with 8 1/2 inch cardstock. You don't have to cut off that 1/4 inch. The back is going to be a little bit taller, which you might enjoy, which you might like. I did it this way to make my DSP fit, and now I'm looking like this DSP is not gonna, I'm gonna have to trim my DSP anyway, but I don't know why I cut off a 1/4 inch. I just did, but you could absolutely just leave it at 8 1/2 inch if you want. Okay, we are only scoring on the long side. We're gonna do it at 1/2 inch, 1 1/2, 3 1/2, and 4 1/2. Yeah, exactly. Who does not love those chocolates? I agree. And there's a lot in there. I haven't actually like opened it and counted, but you know, according to their little serving size suggestions, there's enough in there to make a couple advent calendars. So there's a lot of chocolate in that little box. So I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna open it, kind of go through what's in there, and then I think I'll use what I need to use for projects, and then I think I'm going to make an advent calendar for my kids for Christmas. All right, so we've burnished on all of those score lines with our bone folder. The only trimming we're going to do is we're just going on this 1/2 inch tab right here. We're just going to trim off those corners just a little bit, and that's it. That's all the scoring. That's all the trimming. I'm telling you, this is super easy, and you may not even really need to trim those off. That's kind of like an optional step, really. Put some strong adhesive on that 1/2 inch tab, and then grab your little tissue holder, and I like to just put that in. It just helps it give it a little bit of stability, and just kind of wrap it around and adhere it to the back, and that's it. That is your tissue holder. Isn't that fun? If you have a different size tissue holder, your measurements may need to be adjusted a little bit. This one is, what is it? I think it's like 1 inch wide. Yeah, this one is 1 inch wide. So if you have one that's maybe longer or that's a little bit thicker, you will have to adjust your measurements a little bit, but it's super simple, guys. Okay, let's get our DSP on now. I am using some DSP from our online exclusives. This is the One Horse Open Sleigh DSP. This is gorgeous, gorgeous DSP. And so, but I am using mostly those back patterns. And I have quite a few. I've made a ton of these little ones. So, you know, I have different DSP patterns going, so you can make these any way you want. I have a couple that I've already got here. And so you're going to need one that is 4 by 1 3/4. And then this one, yeah, I'm going to trim this one a little. It should be 4 by 1 1/2. Let me grab my paper trimmer. 4 by 1 1/2. So you can get a lot of these out of that 6 by 6 paper. It's fantastic. And I'm just using basic patterns. So if you just have basic Christmas patterns, DSP, this is a great way to use it. So we're just going to adhere these down. And I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus. For these, I use Stampin' Seal Plus to adhere my my little box together, but any strong adhesive will do. So put the larger one on the very front and put the smaller one on the back. You should just have a little border, just like that. Perfect. All right, let's do some stamping. I've already die cut from the Scallop Contours dies. I've already die cut a scalloped rectangle. Why couldn't I think of that word? Holy cow. And then I have a piece of white that is 3.5 by 3/4, and we're going to stamp our greeting on here. We're going to use Sweet Sorbet. Now this is I think real red in the DSP, but I use Sweet Sorbet blends, and so I wanted to make sure that I continued using Sweet Sorbet. And not all of the DSPs were red, so it doesn't matter if you use which red you use, probably. Does not matter. All right, so we're going to set that one aside. We're going to bring in our scallop rectangle, and then I have the little rhinoceros image, pulling the sleigh. You could use any of the images in this Festive and Fun set. They would all work. I'm inking it up real good with Memento, because we're going to use our Stampin' Blends. And then I'm just going to stamp this. Now, if you're more comfortable stamping and then die cutting, please do it that way. Whatever is your preferred way. Isn't that adorable? Look at how adorable that image is. So cute. All right, let me move some of these inks out of the way. Move some of the scents. Okay, we're going to do some coloring, and I have, let me move this one off to the side that way. I'm going to bring in all these blends. I have a ton of blends. Now, I am using I think probably an excessive amount of Stampin' Blends. But you could definitely streamline this coloring. You could definitely get away with just using a couple of colors. All right, so let's start with Crumb Cake, and I gotta pull in my little one so I know what we're aiming for. Now, the only place that I use Crumb Cake, and I'm actually gonna use the Crumb Cake Dark. It's just on the little sleigh here, so just very carefully. And some of these are really small, and so we're not even gonna do blending on these. Like the sleigh, we're not even gonna work on blending. Just color the little sleigh part, and I'm gonna pop these back in as I use them in my holder. So just color the little sleigh part. Crumb Cake Dark. Let's see, where do I want to go next? Let's do Daffodil Delight. Again, I'm just going to use the dark, and I am only doing the Daffodil Delight for the beaks. If you wanted to streamline the coloring, though, add Daffodil Delight to some of the presents, the scarf. That's another really easy way to just not use as many colors. All right, so let's see, where do we want to go next? Let's do Shaded Spruce. Now, I only got out my Shaded Spruce Light because we're going to color the wreath. I'm using a couple different greens here. Again, if you didn't want to pull out as many, or if you just didn't want to do as much coloring, just use one shade of green. So Shaded Spruce, and I think I might have gone with the dark on here. So let me pull out the dark. We'll just dot it a little bit with some of the dark. It'll be fine. And these are really tiny little spots, so don't worry about shading. And nobody's going to be looking at perfection for your coloring. All right, Flirty Flamingo. We are going to do the scarf and his boots. And this one we are going to do a little bit of shading. Now for his scarf, I'm just going to go in with the light and just color his scarf all with the light. And then for the dark, and I'm using my bullet tip on all of these because they're smaller, I'm going to just go in and color every other one with the dark. So we're not doing any blending on the scarf. We're just giving it some detail with those stripes that are there. Okay, now as long as I have the dark, I'm just going to shade the front of his little ice skates with the dark, and then just fill that in with the light. So not a whole lot of blending, just a little bit of shadow. And that's it with the Flirty Flamingo. So, all right, where should we go next? Let's do the presents. So for the presents, I have 3 different colors. I have Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, and Blueberry Bushel. Now remember, you can use the same color for all the presents. You can get coloring done a little bit quicker with fewer colors. So for the dark, we are going to just do the bow and the ribbon, and then I'm just going to color up the sides a little bit and the bottom. Then we'll come in with the light and we'll just blend that out. Again, this is Granny Apple, but if you wanted to just use that Shaded Spruce because you've already had that out, you're already coloring with that, that's fine too. right, so that's it for the Granny Apple. Put that one away. The Melon Mambo, we're going to basically do it the same way. I'm doing the bows or ribbons in the darker ones, and just a tiny bit of shadowing along the bottom and the sides, just a little bit on the sides and the bottom. This one's Melon Mambo. And then just color this one up just a little bit. Just like that. And that's it for that one. Blueberry bushel for our last one. Oops, wrong place. And so we'll start with the dark. Just do the little... Now this one is, there's no dies for this one. I have been fussy cutting some of these images, and they're so cute. They are a little bit finicky to fussy cut, so if you're making a lot of them, I would recommend doing it this way and just stamp it onto a shape so you don't have to worry about fussy cutting them. The blueberry bushel one, I think, is the hardest one to color because you have to go around these the little bird's scarf and his hat. So just take your time, go around that present. These little images are just adorable. And I wish they would have given us dies for these. All right, so we have 2 colors left. Oh, and you know what? I need to grab out my blueberry bushel and stuff again. So I did use the same colors for the bird's accessories. So for this one, I just used blueberry bushel light for his hat and his earmuffs. Melon Mambo light for the hat up here, just for that part. And then I pulled in the dark for the little rim and the ball of the hat and then the scarf. Okay. All right. And then what did we use? Granny Apple Green. So let's pull the dark one in of that for his scarf and his hat. All right. And looks like I forgot a little spot right there for the present. Okay. What's that? Let me hold this up so you guys can see where we're at. So we just have the birds and the little rhinoceros to color. So for the birds, I use Sweet Sorbet. And I'm just going to go through, and we're just going to do just a little bit of shading. I'm just going to go under their wings and then above all of their scarves is where I'm putting the dark. Again, these are very little images, so you don't need to do a ton of shading. Just a little bit is really all that needs to be done. And it'll add lots of highlights and stuff just by adding that little darkness. All right, and then finally we just have our rhinoceros to color, and I'm going to use Smoky Slate for him. So I'm going to use the dark, and his little fingers here holding the wreath is going to be dark, and this arm is going to be dark, and then everywhere under the scarf will be dark. So I'm just going to go around the scarf with my dark Smoky Slate. I'm going to come around the side under his arm, around his arm, his little tail, and then up his legs like this. Okay, and then for his face, we're just going to go around the scarf again, because that's going to be casting a shadow, and then just along the top of his nose. So that's the only place I'm adding the dark, and then we're going to come in with the light and just add some color, blend that out. This one is the only one that we're really doing some good blending, because this image is large enough to do it. The other ones are a little small. All right, just go around his eye carefully. Don't color in his eye. Now you could add some little pink cheeks to him. You could add pinks in his ears if you wanted, but that is it. Oh, and then for the bottom of the sleigh here, for the little blades, just add light Smoky Slate. Just kind of go over those. And that's all the coloring. So if you're going to make these, if you're going to make a bunch of them, I would just stamp all of these and just sit down with a movie and then just spend the day like coloring. I love to color, so that's what I did. I actually made like 20 of these. So I love to color. Oh, the bow on the wreath. Yes, thank you. That is Sweet Sorbet, dark Sweet Sorbet. Thank you. And just color that in. No blending on that one. All right, so that is, there we go. Now it's done. Perfect. So let's get the rest of this all put together for our greeting. I'm going to just cut that and then just banner that end. And let's put some linen thread. Where did that go? Here it is. We're going to put a linen thread bow on the back of this. So let me get out my linen thread. And I'm going to do a double bow, so I'm just going to pull some out and fold it in half. And we're just going to tie a bow. Just like that, a nice big fluffy bow. Get your scissors and trim that. I'm just going to stick this on with a little bit of adhesive on the back of my greeting on the right side, just like that. And then we're going to stick both of these on with dimensionals. So let me grab my dimensionals. For this part, I want to make sure that I am covering up that linen thread. So I'm going to use an edge piece of my dimensionals. Just go all the way across it, just like that. That's just going to further hold it down. We'll put one over here. That will just fully secure our greeting. And we can stick this on. It's just going to go up in the top right. Right up there. Isn't that cute? And then for our little piece, we're just going to stick that down. Now I'm going to stick my dimensionals onto my actual box because I don't want any dimensionals to go past the top. So just throw some dimensionals onto your box and then just stick this down. It's going to go pretty close to the bottom of that DSP, just about 1/4 of an inch, showing all the way around, and that completes your little box. Now you can add some little gems if you want. You can dress this up with different ribbon than linen thread, but it is super cute, and it is such a cute little gift for these little tissues. All right, guys, that is it for week 4. Of course, I'll be back next week for week 5. We'll be wrapping up the month. Next week will be, we'll only have a couple days left of the month next week. So if you want to take advantage of any of those October promotions, make sure that you do that this week. The join special, subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, any of those. I will also be live on Wednesday right here in my VIP group for another fun project, so make sure you join me then. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you're shopping, please use this host code in my online store. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.